In the world of CrossFit, there are 3 ways to log calories: bike, ski, and row. And today, I've challenged 2 of the strongest human beings that I know in a race to 500 calories. Whoever gets there first is going home with $500 cash. Let's meet the competitors. All right, boys, $500 on the line. There's no way you can beat me if I choose bike, so I choose bike.
What are you choosing?
I'll choose row.
That means you gonna do it?
Man, if I'm gonna go for 500 calories, I better get a good arm pump out of this.
There's no way. He's a masochist, he chose ski. All right, here's the ground rules. You have to stay on your machine until you hit 500 calories. You can adjust the resistance as much as you want. First to 500 calories goes home with the cash.
Deal.
Let's get warmed up. You know it's game time when I bust out the Gymshark half tights.
Today we will be using the C2 machines, and the great thing about these machines is they all use the same fan for resistance and they all have the same computer readout. So we will truly be comparing apples to apples to find out not only who the strongest man is, but also which machine is most efficient for burning calories.
Secret weapon.
3, 2, 1, go!
And we are off, and you'll see at the bottom of the screen, we have a horse race. You're gonna see every time someone gets to 100, 200, 300 calories, but the question right now is, who's gonna get to 10 calories first?
10.
Boom, and it is the Bison getting off the line fast. All right, while we continue to crank out the calories, I do think we should talk for a second about the advantages and the disadvantages of each machine. Now, I've chosen the bike because my legs are by far the strongest part of my body. I thought these 2 pistons, they can go all day, but the disadvantage is I'm only using my legs. We go over to Tom on the rower and check out this guy. He's able to use his full body, and he's also able to get a slight glide on that rower. That could be critical later on in this race, but does his full body fatigue faster? I don't know, we're gonna find out. And last but not least, the ski. I tell you what, I have worked out on this machine. There is no advantage. You have to be a masochist to choose the skier. If there is any advantage at all, it's that it does make you look super ripped from your core to your arms. Justin is a crazy man, but he's pretty ripped, so I'll give him that.
Check their settings. I'm on 5.
And I should mention that the settings on these machines go from 1 to 10. 1 is super easy, 10 is super hard. I've decided to keep the bike at 5 and just keep going as hard as I can, as long as I can. And speaking of strategies, let's check in with each competitor to learn just a little bit more about their strategy for this event.
All right, you guys saw last week that I do a lot of biking, so I went with the bike. No disrespect to the rower, I like rowing too. I will never, ever touch that skier. I hate it. I think Justin's in for trouble.
I'm Tom. I chose the rower. I feel like I can hold higher output for a longer period of time, and it's not the bike. That's my least favorite.
I'm Justin. I chose the ski because it is the most aesthetically pleasing machine out of the 3, and I'm gonna get an extreme arm pump out of it.
100. You're at 100?
And boom, Captain Tom does win the race to 100, but Justin and I aren't far behind. Let's see who's in second place.
100.
And boom, I hit 100 calories, only 30 seconds behind Captain Tom, and Justin's right behind me.
100.
And after 100 calories, I have to say I am loving this cardio-based challenge. On this channel, you've seen me compete against Justin and Tom before, but oftentimes when I compete against them, it's in a strength-based challenge, and these 2 guys can move a ton of weight. This is my chance to really embarrass them, but this is a marathon. I've said it before, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And you know, anytime I'm in a race, I love to sit and kick. If I can maintain contact with these 2 athletes, it's going to come down to a kick, and nobody has a better kick than this old Bison.
Damn.
Oh no, and Captain Tom's still leading. He hits 200 calories first, but you look down at the horse race and Justin and I are neck and neck for second. Who is going to be second to 200 calories? Let's find out.
No, come on.
And it is Justin. Justin has overtaken me. He is now in second place, but I'm only a few calories behind him.
200.
And boom, I hit 200 calories just behind Justin. Now let's talk about the splits we just saw. Tom obviously first with 200 calories, 9 minutes and 9 seconds. Justin in second, almost a full minute behind Tom in 10:03, and I was 12 seconds behind Justin. So Tom obviously out to the early lead here, but Tom has a tendency to go out a little too hard. We saw that at the Nick Symmonds Track Classic last year. Is that what Captain Tom has done here? Is he saving anything for the finish, or is he just trying to get some face time out front leading the way? We're going to find out. Now, I'm not even halfway done with this workout, but burning all these calories, I'm already hungry. And after this workout, I'm headed back to the office where I have a Factor meal waiting for me. Factor makes meeting your diet and nutritional goals a snap by delivering fresh, never frozen, dietitian-designed meals right to your doorstep. As a business owner, I am busy all day, and if I don't plan ahead, my lunches tend to be mostly junk. But with Factor, I have dozens of healthy options to choose from, and I can have them delivered right to my office. Each meal arrives pre-prepared and ready to eat in 2 minutes, so I can spend less time worrying about what's for lunch and put more time into creating great videos for you guys. You can even amp up your Factor order with add-ons like proteins, juices, energy bites, veggie sides, desserts, and much more. Head to go.factor75.com/Nick120 and use code Nick120 to get $120 off your first order. Now let's get back to the race. 250 calories comes and goes, and you can see we are now halfway done, and the race has tightened significantly. Justin and I are definitely starting to reel in Captain Tom.
Still way better than powerlifting 100,000 pounds in an hour. Wouldn't you say? Ha! Captain Tom.
For those of you who don't understand the reference, last month, Captain Tom and I challenged each other to power lift 100,000 pounds in under an hour. Limiting ourselves to just 3 movements took a massive toll on our bodies, but we had an awesome time doing it. I've linked that video up above.
No.
And once again, Captain Tom wins the race to 300 calories, but Justin and I have absolutely started to close the gap. Justin maybe more so than the Bison here. Let's find out how far behind we are.
I'm just 10 behind. Dolphin, stay on me for a minute. I was hoping to save my kick until I just had 100 calories to go, but I'm behind them. I have to kick early. This may be a suicide mission, but here we go. Let's go to 11. Oh no, that was a mistake. I regret that decision immediately.
Now, originally my plan was to wait until I had just 100 calories to go, crank it up to 10, get out of the saddle, and all out sprint for that finish line. With Tom ahead of me, I don't think I have the luxury of time. I have to start my kick early, and it may be a huge mistake. I've now passed Justin, and I'm starting to reel in Tom, but you'll hear me counting out intervals. I know this is a pace I cannot hold, so I've switched to interval riding, something that I used to do running. It's way easier to push yourself and maintain a higher caloric output if you're running intervals. So I'm doing 10 seconds hard, 10 seconds rest, 10 seconds hard, 10 seconds rest. And by doing this, I'm able to maintain a higher wattage. I'm burning calories faster, and I am starting to catch up to Captain Tom.
I kicked too early, Dolphin. I'm gonna throw up.
Like any athlete who's kicked on the 3rd lap of the mile, I went too soon, and now I'm really struggling. I'm nauseous, I'm dizzy, and I'm wondering if I can even get to the finish line right now.
I don't know, I kicked really hard for 50 calories there.
Yeah, what's Tom at right now?
Ah!
As we approach 400 calories, it is starting to look like it may be a 2-man race. Captain Tom hits 400 calories first in 1942, but just behind him in 20 minutes and 18 seconds, it is Justin, and the poor Bison struggling right now. I promise you guys, I will not give up. I may still have something left in the back pocket here.
400, 21 minutes. Ow!
And there I am, I hit 400 calories at 21 minutes, but the real action up front, it is Justin. He has caught Captain Tom, he reeled him in, and they're both kicking for the finish line. Who is gonna be the king of the calories?
420.
Okay, next guy did it.
Ah!
All right, as we enter the last 100 cals, we are gonna drop this horse race. It is neck and neck. Now, there is $500 on the line right now, but I'll tell you what, even if you take the money out of it, these three competitors, they compete for pride. I know I am, and I know for a fact Captain Tom and Justin will go to the line every single time simply for the pure joy of it. I call it fun with fitness, and I promise you guys, nothing feels better than pushing yourself, testing your body, pushing it to the limits, and leaving it all on the line. I absolutely love this kind of fun. I hope you do too. And if you do, hit that subscribe button. This is what the channel's all about.
What's he at? What are they at? All right, all out sprint for 50 cals. Here it comes. You boys better move. 3, 2, 1. Ow!
$4.99.
Time check.
And he's done it! Captain Tom has won another one. And boom, just a few seconds behind him, Justin with a phenomenal performance on the ski. And here comes the old bison closing the gate.
2602. Oh. Why? Why? Fetal position. Swallowzard over here. How's that for a quad pump? Ah, I hate losing. But if I gotta lose, there's no dishonor in losing to Captain Tom. Well done, sir. Tell the camera how you're feeling.
Very tired.
All right, you guys, as always, shout out to Captain Tom and Justin. We call Treeline CrossFit home because it is one of the most elite gyms on the West Coast. And you have to admit, the membership here, there's some horses in this gym.
100%.
Do you think anyone here could beat us to 1,000 cals?
Possibly, yeah.
I will put up the money. $1,000 for whoever gets to 1,000 calories first if you call the membership.
Love it.
Next video, we'll see you then.